That's Ed Davey, who's in southwest London. Just tell us a little bit about this research that you've found. This is about firms' tax receipts, isn't it? Something that was brought in during COVID to try and encourage growth in the UK. What's your research uncovered?
It showed that 10 water companies paid no tax at all last financial year, thanks to Rishi Sunak's what we've called the sewage tax cut. And it's just wrong. We're seeing our rivers and our seas polluted by filthy sewage, which the Conservatives seem to allow these water companies to pump in to our rivers and seas. That's really bad for the environment. And of course, it's bad for human health too. And what Liberal Democrats are saying, can we just not get tougher on these companies, get that investment that is needed? And yet the government, instead of doing that, are taking away the protections that are there. I just think they're out of touch.
Would the Liberal Democrats recoup this money if you got into government?
We would certainly make sure that the investment we need for our rivers is there. It's quite shocking that the sewage treatment works aren't being brought up to date. It's quite shocking that when we build new homes, which we need, they're not investing in the water infrastructure. They're not investing in new GPs. They're not investing in schools. We need to build sustainable communities. We need to have the homes of the future. But we're only going to do that if alongside those new homes, we build the infrastructure that they need, including the water infrastructure, the sewage treatment infrastructure. I just don't accept the Conservatives' argument that if you want more homes, you have to accept polluted rivers. That's completely crazy in the 21st century.
So, this obviously is on the back of yesterday's announcement about the government boosting home building by relaxing pollution guidelines. You don't seem to be particularly supportive of it, but your own councillors are. I've got a tweet here from Councillor Keith House, Lib Dem, leader of Eastleigh Council. Great to see the madness of the nitrates regime set for the axe. New homes in his area, he says, were blocked by councils and other home builders who had to pay for the failure of the water industry to clean up its act. So on the ground, it seems that actually quite a lot of Liberal Democrats quite like the idea of what the government announced yesterday.
No, I've spoken to lots of Liberal Democrats who share my view. I can understand the odd council leader getting very frustrated because they're being told on the one hand by the government to build more homes, and on the other, they've been restricted. So the government have been so inconsistent on this. But Liberal Democrats are really clear. Sewage is a massive problem. The pollution in our rivers and our seas is unacceptable, and the Conservatives have just failed to tackle it.
You say sewage is a massive problem, but in terms of this house building nutrients link that was announced yesterday, the majority of the polluting nitrants that we see in our waterways are caused by agricultural pollution rather than new homes. So what would the Liberal Democrats do to increase regulation on agriculture?
Well, actually, we need to work with farmers. Farmers are the stewards of our countryside, and they want to get that help to do more. Let me be fair to the government, there's one good thing in the announcement yesterday, some more investment to help farmers invest in new slurry treatment. That's right, it should have happened before, and it didn't need the reduction in water protection that they've also have announced. What Liberal Democrats want to see is that support for farmers. For example, you could support farmers through the new regime to have water buffers, so a buffer zone between the farms and the rivers. Lots of people think that's a good idea. The government just aren't taking this seriously enough. They're not helping the farmers. They're bending over backwards for the water companies and the developers. And what Liberal Democrats want to see is investment in our water industry, investment to help our farmers, investment to help our local authorities who are grappling on the grassroots with this. I just think the Conservatives want to blame everybody else whilst helping their friends.
OK, Sir Ed Davey, leader of the Liberal Democrats, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.